Good day again, folks. Lucas Welsh Music coming to you here with a Mendini by Cecilio. You'll see these on Amazon and various places. And again, this is a cheap violin, okay? This violin has had a few problems in the past, minor things. These fine tuners were extraordinarily hard. They're still not great, but they were extraordinarily hard to work. The bridge was not set up properly. It was high, the feet were not adjusted to the violin body. The pegs slip. Okay, that's what we're dealing with today here. Now, I've been talking in the past about, how with some of these cheaper violins, the problem is that the hole for the string buries in the side of the peg box before you can get the string tightened up. That's what we've got going on here. So the strings are slipping. Of course, it's winter, so things have shrunk a little bit. And these are hardwood pegs, I hope. They are wood, because I just re-drilled a hole in one. And so, the peg doesn't have enough. You can't get it past where the string hole is, number one. So, of course, the strings are going to slip. And then, causing lots of tuning to go out all the time, constantly. You can't keep it in tune. You can put as much peg compound as you want on a problem like that. It's not going to fix it. So what we're doing today is we're touching up these pegs a little bit so that hopefully they will work. And of course, in the summertime, things are going to contract a little bit. That peg will drift back out slightly, okay, as you're tuning. Because it's, all of a sudden, one day in spring, that violin peg is going to be so hard to move. It's going to be seized in there. That's because your wood is contracting a little bit, or swelling. Okay, not contracting, it's contracting now. It's going to swell a little bit. Everything's going to tighten up because the pegs and the peg box are typically made out of a different wood, so they shrink and contract and swell at different rates. So anyway, just a quick little video to give you, some of the common problems with these cheaper instruments. The instrument itself is fine. It even sounds reasonable for the kind of money you pay for something like this. The instrument sounds decent. The bows with these kits are often horrible. And so I would all the time recommend, you can just see that bow in there. No, albeit I don't think she's got it loosened off, but but the bows are oftentimes terrible. We're gonna try and loosen this off here a little bit and see if it, oh yeah. So, but it's got a bit of a wow in it. Not bad. This one is actually reasonable enough, but if you leave it tensioned up like that, it is gonna give you problems. So with these fine tuners in the past, I know I had to take them all out. I had to drop just like a minuscule drop of an oil in there, like a 3-in-1 oil, and then work these pegs back and forth, because it's almost like the threads between the female and the male part didn't mate properly, and they needed to be run through a couple times in order for everything to come together. It seemed like they're still not great. They're tight to manipulate, but they do work. So okay, if you were going to take one of these violins and you want this set up to be a player, few things I would recommend. Number one, I would check the bow. Okay, if the bow is not good, if it's got a twist in it, warp, anything like that, I would go buy a Haltz bow for the, anywhere from $40 to $60. You can pick up a good straight fiberglass stick to put into that case. Okay. Number two, I would definitely have a proper setup done, and I would probably go as far as to say an upgrade to a Whitner tailpiece would be a really nice upgrade to this violin. Having the bridge, the nut set properly, string spacing, height, which this one has had done, and then having the pegs fitted better into the box would be another must. That's a must-have. So your absolute bare bones is the violin needs a setup, a proper setup with the tuning pegs adjusted, the bridge and the tail and the fine tuners worked on. Check the tailpiece. You can do like I did here, where you can pull these right out, back them right off, drop just a dab of a 3-in-1 oil, and I mean a very dab. You can put a piece of cloth down underneath there, or a paper towel to catch any excess. Work those back and forth, a half a dozen times each one, all the way down, all the way up, all the way down, all the way up, and then they will be serviceable, or change it out for a Whitner tailpiece. Okay, that's it. That's all. I'm going to finish this one up and go have Christmas. Ciao. Merry Christmas, everybody.